You know, myself personally, I grow my own, you know, so I know what I have. I have an organic plant, you know.
There you go.
I'm not taking it as far as, like, my plant probably doesn't have as much CBD. It has probably more THC because that's what I grow for, to get a little stoned, you know.
They stone you when you're trying to be so good. They stone you when you're walking through the door. Everybody must get stoned. Well, there was this old hippie who walks up, actually former nurse, and she had a bag, cannabis bag, commemorating a cannabis convention which happened to be taking place in town at the time that she had attended. And basically she's taken up the cause of, you know, the positive aspects of the old pot plant. And I think there are a lot of good things that it has going for it, especially in the medical field. I think, you know, about 5,000 years of it being used as a medicine. It can't be wrong. And that the government keeps it illegal for one reason: control. Something they can control us with. So anyway, that's where this conversation goes. Let me know what you think. Or not. And if you like it, you like it. If you care, you share. And if you want to contribute, you know how to do that. If you're not too stoned to find the buttons, I would spend all your money on weed. And I'll see you on the flip side.
Fascinating.
Interesting. And how is that working out?
Well, you know, it's state by state, obviously, and there's so little research because, you know, a lot of states have it prohibited, like this state, you know. So the research is getting there. People are studying it, but, you know, it's a plant and it has some beautiful properties to it, you know. And it's unfortunately on the schedule of a Schedule 1, like it's next to heroin, which is like, you know, far cry from what it is.
Yes.
So there's a lot of movement going on with it. California's all legal, Colorado's all legal, you know, people are using it recreational, people are using it medicinals, but doctors are pretty much a little bit frightened. They don't know anything about it.
Well, I assume you're getting a lot of pushback from Big Pharma.
Oh, yeah. Until they're getting in, though. They're getting in
well,
real
that's
quick.
it.
They're already in, my friend.
Yeah. Well, that's it. As a matter of fact, who was this? Someone I did the real research I did on it. The best pot lands were being bought up by Monsanto.
And now you're going to get, genetically modified pot?
Yeah.
You were doing a paper on that?
No, I was doing my research.
Oh, so you're an advocate?
I'm trying to keep up with everything, you know, the geopolitics and what goes on.
So you're an advocate of getting it legalized and let people be able to grow it?
Of course.
So many people are, you know, and that's the way it really should be.
Well, I'm a libertarian in the sense that I think you educate people on what each drug does. And then when they get of age, do what you want to do.
Right, and that's what really this is the push. And now you're having nurses come together and say, look, you know, we already know this, that people going through chemotherapy can greatly, you know, the nausea.
CBD oil, I've had people swear by it.
Yeah. I've been a lot of people that swear by it, but you know, that also is, you know, you're putting it in the hands of everybody in the sense that it's not regulated. And, you know, so sometimes now you get that vitamin E oil in the vape.
Right, then you're going to get the phonies.
And then you're going to get all this fake stuff, you know,
Right.
and people are only going to believe, oh, this isn't good for you.
Right.
Or,
You got to
know,
be aware, but it's buyer beware.
Yes,
Look
it is.
at your, look where you're getting your
you should
supply
have
from.
responsibility of being
right.
that, but you should also have access to the, correct information, and nurses
Indeed.
are going to bring
Which
that
is
to
another,
medical.
right, absolutely.
And so I learned so much. I was a nurse for years when I retired. And then I said, wow, this is something I would go back in and work again, and help
Yes.
spread the word.
Very good.
So it was a wonderful conference. Got a lot of information. There's a lot of information out there. Got pointed towards it. So
Well, it's, things that drive me crazy. You can see that the control. I don't think they want us healthy. I think they want us sick.
oh yeah, well yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's where the money is.
Unless the pharmaceuticals can come up with a very expensive, magic oil that comes from that plant, and then you'll never be allowed to grow it.
Yeah, right.
Myself personally, I grow my own, so I
Yeah.
know what I have. I have an organic plant,
There you go.
I'm not taking it as far as my plant probably doesn't have as much CBD. It has probably more THC because that's what I grow it for, to get a little stoned,
Yeah.
which I currently
But,
am not
even
at
things
the
to give
moment.
you an example, let's point to the fluoride in the water. That right there, one,
For that?
they say it's for, our teeth. Well,
What about the hardening of the arteries and
Well,
stuff like
yeah,
that?
but what even makes the government doctors? Who are they to go ahead and prescribe anything for us?
And you know what? In my I have a well, so I have no fluoride.
Yeah.
Never did.
But it bleeds over to the cannabis and all the other drugs, for crying out. Matter of fact, I spoke to a lady today who I was having rashes, skin rashes. I was taking all these pharmaceuticals, nothing. I had a friend of mine who was an herbalist.
Yep.
So I went on her herbal diet,
You don't have them anymore.
cleared right up.
Yep.
So the medicines really that for
And some
ancient
of the medicine,
medicines that we've
some of
been
the
going
medicine
around.
is so simple that it's a plant.
Yes.
And digitalis, your heart medicine comes from that.
Right.
It's just
celery
amazing.
juice, the things that they can
Yeah,
do,
it's just amazing.
Yeah.
So you're a big supporter of the man, huh?
Well,
The president.
yeah, as opposed to everything else that's out there, yeah.
That is hysterical. I
Take
hate
one.
that.
Yeah, take one.
Oh, is that for free?
Sure.
I'm thinking of a Christmas present for my son, but I don't know which. He's a great supporter.
Yeah, I think, considering I judge people a lot from their enemies, and considering the amount of enemies he's got, he must be doing something right.
You know that guy who recently, what was his name? Who went with everybody to his little island.
Epstein.
Epstein.
Yeah.
He committed suicide.
Yeah, the only one I know of that thinks he commits suicide is A.J. Barr.
Oh, really?
Everybody else, doesn't.
I mean, come on, that's just not, that can't be.
Yeah, come on,
That
man.
can't be.
Really.
Oh, boy.
Like your hats.
Thank you.
Trouble is, if you're in a business, you don't want to be wearing that hat.
It depends on what business and where.
You got that right.
Oh, I guess so. All right, New York.
It depends on what neighborhood. Staten Island, you wouldn't have a problem.
True. Well, anyway, hey, cannabis rules. It's a good plan.
Oh,
I'm glad that, what, I have to say that, I don't generally talk about it, but I got the bag, and I obviously,
Yeah.
you can see it. And anyone that's ever noticed it really has nothing bad to say about it. I think really people want to, decriminalize and get the people out of jail that are in there for
I
two
think
joints.
most people will live and let live. Do what you want to
It
do
should,
as
it
long
should.
as you aren't bothering me. If you want to snort Drano, snort Drano.
Right. What was the other thing they do? Pod things? I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
come on.
right.
There's a warning that you shouldn't have your detergent in front of your kids anyway.
Yeah.
Or as stupid as you don't get.
Yeah.
They're making us pretty stupid people.
Well, yeah. That's it. It all gets back to education, doesn't it?
Yep. Education is half the thing, and I don't know.
And they were destroyed that.
I think we did too, so thank you.
All right, dear.
There you go. You can put out that button now and hit the like button. hit the share button, hit the contribute button, and then pray for me. So I'll be out on the streets tomorrow. Looks like it's going to be a short weekend, though. Looks like it's going to rain Saturday and Sunday, so it's okay. I got a lot to catch up on. God bless you. Pray for me and praying for you. See you on the streets.